Hello? Let me start my music. There we go. Hello, Ritzy Roy here, and today I am not doing a character guide. This is not the. Well, actually, I will do two character guides today. That's the plan. Because I haven't uploaded in about, I think, 3 or 4 days. So I'm going to try and make up for the slack. But right now, so not today. Right now, I'm going to be doing more of a, I guess, like a how to practice ultimate thing. So a big problem with ultimate is the training mode kind of sucks, and if you're in a situation like I am where you can't actually mod your switch, well, to be more accurate, my switch is in the range where it might be moddable, it might not be moddable, by the easy online method. Some switches or switches like mine, you'll have to go through a really complicated process that can fry your entire system if you got a newer model. Mine's is slightly newer. It's around when Nintendo was patching them, but not straight up patching them. But anyways, for that reason, I don't have the training mod. I actually just have traditional practice, which I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. People who have the training mod will have a huge advantage over you in labbing, but the majority of us, I don't think actually have it because a lot of us don't have super early switches, and not everyone wants to mod their switches. It's a scary process and it costs money, unlike a lot of other systems that people usually mod. So I'm just gonna go over what to really do in training mode if you just got default training mode. The first big thing I want to say about this is training mode isn't just a place where you can practice combos. Like, I know the most obvious thing people will do in training mode is practice combos and look for cool stuff with their character, which is neat and all. Hold on, let me go grab my other controllers downstairs again. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So as I was saying, labbing, as I can, is this an ad or a song? It sounds like an ad. Oh, it's a song. Okay. Okay. Whew. So labbing isn't just useful for combo practice. The main thing you'll see is a combo counter, so the main thing you're going to do is practice combos, but there's a lot more stuff you can do in the lab with your character besides practicing combos. Mainly, if you're playing a character who has really good edge guards, something you might want to start doing is practicing different angles of the edge guard. Like with Sheik, she doesn't have amazing damage out. She is average or a little bit above average damage output. It's not bad. You can rack damage up really quickly with her. But with Sheik, her problem is going to be kills and stuff. So when I played Sheik a long time ago, I used to practice edge guards a lot because a lot of the ways you take people's stocks is with positional advantage. Because she makes up for her bad kill power for being one of the best edge guarders in the game. So something I would usually do in the lab is the CPU has completely random edge guards. So something I would do sometimes is set their percent high, F smash them. Well, that killed them. So much for Sheik not having kill power. Sheesh. Okay, set his percent high, F smash him off, and now try like cover his different angles. So right here, I whiffed. So I messed up because I'm on input delay. But something you can do with your characters, F smash them off, then try to cover what angle they're taking. This is gonna be like really hard on my OBS. Oh my god. I'm gonna try and get at least one. This is like gonna be near impossible on OBS. There we go. So yeah, usually I would just practice different edge guarding scenarios. If you're struggling against a specific character, a nice thing you can do. For me, a long time ago, I still have the problem. I struggle with edge guarding Violet on Roy because it's really hard. Roy doesn't have too many like real crazy, super long, lingering normals he can throw out to stuff out Byleth's little tether grab as effectively as like someone like Sheik. So edgeguarding Byleth with Roy is a pain in the butt. So let me select them real quick. I'm gonna go whatever costume I Roy. Because the CPUs have the thing where they're designed to come back from the stage. Now, people will have more mix-ups and stuff, but the main point of this isn't to practice like edge guarding. This might kill her if I'm not careful. Damn, Roy hits hard. Okay. Let's do like, that was F tilt. Here we go. So the main point of this isn't to practice like edge guarding humans, because obviously humans are gonna have different mix-ups and stuff off stage. It's mainly about getting used to the recovery that the character has. Byleth typically is gonna have to be around this range to recover, but they can go really, really low. And for Roy, they can go to places where Roy actually can't cover. So, or they'll either go to places Roy can't cover, or for Roy to cover certain angles they go to, you might have to do something like that. Because one of the most annoying things about Roy is edge guarding with him is kind of a pain, because his second jump is really, really important. Like, his second jump is everything when it comes to coming back. And getting to certain places is also very hard with Roy, just because the way his drift works. I'll show you. So if I go off stage, if I run off stage and hold back here, I don't go like, I don't hug the wall like I want to. Now there's other ways you could do it, but the way I do it with Roy is I B-reverse my side B, and now I'm hugging the wall. So let's say there's a Byleth down there, B-reverse side B fair or something like that. Or if I see an ice climber, not ice climber, if I see like a villager who keeps going like right below me, I could do that and get him. I probably have to do it a bit faster and go out a bit more, but that's just the general gist of it. And if you want bear, you would do the inverse. Hold on. Actually gonna be kind of weird doing this. I think I would jump off. Or hold on. This is gonna be like really weird. There we go. Yeah, you gotta do like a. That's a weird input, but yeah, you would have to do that. That's a really weird input. So I would like turn around. Oh, that's like a really weird input. But yeah, you get the idea. Basically, you can practice different ways to edge guard. Learn how to cover different angles with your character. Every character has a different way of doing it. Some people like Inkling are just blessed by the fact that they're nice and floaty, so they can just usually cover angles by just physically floating to it. Roy, because he's a fast faller and he can't spend too much time off the ledge without dying, he has to do crazy stuff to cover different angles. So yeah, that's something you can practice in training modes. You can practice covering different stuff and how to edge guard specific characters. Another thing that isn't in training mode, but just in general is really useful to do when warming up. Let's say you don't exactly have anyone here to warm up with, or you don't have anyone to warm up with at the moment. You're kind of alone. In my case, I don't live near too many people who I can play with. Everyone I play with is online, or they're like at a tournament or something like that. But I don't live near too many people who I can actually warm up with. So something you can do is obviously fighting a level 9 CPU. If you can't beat them, I guess you can do that. But if you're someone who's starting to be able to consistently beat level 9 CPUs, which most of us get to that level once you play the game enough, a decent thing you can do that I started doing recently, and it actually helps me. It doesn't help you with fundamentals as much as it helps you more with just getting your combos off and, you know, remembering how to do setups. Is I will sometimes fight like a level 9 CPU, but I'll have my own damage handicap really high and just try to take a win. Here I fought this Midman. So why I do this is it kind of like forces me to try to get more of my combos and conversions correctly, because everything I drop in this state really hurts. I'm always in a moment. I'm always trying to come back, so all my drop combos are felt way more just because I'm like in comeback mode, and every mistake I make is also really felt. I'm not at the percent where I just instantly die from everything she does, but it's like I'm always in, you know, in a bad position trying to make the comeback against her. Also, I just choose Midman because she has a lot of kill moves, and she has a lot of kill moves, and she has good edge guarding, so she like kind of trains me to mix up my recovery and stuff.
Let's talk.
Midman and the Ridley bot are kind of good to do this against, just to set your percentage really high and just try and play without making mistakes. Because a lot of us will eventually get better than the level 9 CPU, but how much better can you get? And if you're like way better than them, you might have to just set your percentage kind of high, I guess. And that's kind of how you can grind out. I feel like if you have a worse training partner, or you have someone who's worse than you, but you're still trying to have fun, maybe find like a weakness you can give yourself. Maybe not make it obvious. Don't make it so obvious like a high handicap. But this is how you can still kind of stay sharp while fighting someone that's not someone who isn't as experienced as you or someone who isn't leveling you up. Is you can fight them with a huge weakness on you. For me, I'm fighting this Midman with a huge handicap, which is forcing me to use all of my skills to my best ability and to play at my. It forces me to play my hardest to stand a chance here. Which even playing at my hardest, I can still lose. So this just, like I said, it just gets me warmed up for Roy Advanced State and stuff like that. Each time, so here's how I suggest you do it. Each time you should fight the CPU first at 0%. Each time you beat the CPU, add an extra like notch of percentage to yourself. I kept beating the CPU, so I ended up getting all the way to 125% preset. I just couldn't beat them anymore. The highest I could beat Midman at so far is 125. So now I'm working on, I think, like 150, because I think it goes up by 25 each time. So yeah, now I'm working on beating Midman at 150. And eventually your goal is to be able to beat like whatever CPU you're fighting at 300%. Meaning you're just like flawless, I guess. Because at that point, you just, all your combos and stuff have to matter so much. It's less about training neutral and more about training your combos and stuff, just because the CPUs have really broken neutral because they all have insane reaction speed, and they don't play neutral like normal humans. It's more about teaching you not to drop combos and how to handle your disadvantage better. But they don't play neutral normal at all because they're computers. However, their disadvantage state is kind of human-like, so that's why I suggest doing that. So that's a nice thing you can do in training mode to warm up. If you can beat the CPU, don't keep beating the CPU the same way you do. You have to keep putting restrictions on yourself so you can train other aspects of yourself. Like, sometimes I would fight a CPU with one stock or whatever. But yeah, just keep throwing restrictions on yourself so you have to play harder. That's usually what I do if I'm trying to warm up for something and I don't have someone with me to warm up for it. So that's a nice thing you can do. Let's see, I covered the edge guard practice, CPU practice. Oh yeah, this is a big one. So when we practice combos, now we are talking about combo practice. A big thing a lot of beginners, myself, when I used to practice combos, I did this all the time. A big thing a lot of us forget is that very few combos in this game are sequences. Oh wait, oh no, we're not doing this on Pichu. We're not being sure on Pichu. But very few sequences or combos in this game are true, but you can keep them going if you can adapt to what the enemy is doing, I guess. And I'll try and like show this with a better example. So with Roy, generally I'm gonna do down throw up air, because online most people, the instant they get down throw, they have two responses. They're either gonna air dodge away or they're going to go for a normal. Down throw, buffer, up throw usually just beats that on Wi-Fi. So the safe option I go for is down throw, up air. But if someone DIs away, how would I make this scene? Let me plug in that other controller. I got it downstairs. So if someone, there we go, was to DI out, then the combo or the sequence is altered. Just because it's not true on the camera counter doesn't mean, because a lot of the times in Smash Bros, your most damaging things you do aren't true combos, or more of sequences where you're calling out someone's options. So keep that in mind. So just because the combo counter isn't going up doesn't always mean it won't work in a real fight. Because everything will work in the right situation. It's just you gotta know when it will work, I guess. So let's take this Lucina. So I'm gonna slow the game down just so it's easier for me to control two of them. Let's give her some percentage too. I'm controlling her. It's frame by frame. So actually, let me do one more thing while I'm at it. Where is trajectory guide? Here we go. I suggest playing with trajectory guide. It's really useful. So I'm gonna down throw Lucina, and I'm gonna DI out with her on my GameCube controller. And if I'm right, now I'm gonna buffer up throw, up air, up throw, and yeah, it whips. That was an error, but you get the idea. Let me try that one more time. So down throw Lucina. Lucina DIs the down throw out. Now, as soon as Roy is out of his in lag, you see there's 3 lines, and these are all the different DIs. Red is if she was to DI in, which I could get a jab out of this. Green is no DI, and then the blue is, I think, DI out. So she DIs out, so she kind of follows the green trend. From here, I can't get my normal up air, so what I'm gonna want to do is probably... Actually, I might be able to get it. Let's see. I think... Alright, I can get it here. I can get it here just because it's a nice follow-up. But sometimes, she probably has to DI down now. Let me try more percent. So, I'm gonna throw her down. I'm gonna make Lucina DI down and out. This should be a little more violent. Not violent, but a little more influential. Yeah, so her blue line's a lot further because I think she's gonna go away more into here. Now, with Roy, I'm gonna buffer it. So, here's where the variance in the combo comes in. To get up air, there's 2 things I would have to... And there's a thing I'd have to do. I'd have to buffer a dash before I do it, because it would drop if I just did it normally. And then up air. My normal up throw up air just doesn't work in this situation. However, if she DI'd in... If she DI'd up and in... So let's make her do that. So I'm gonna make her DI up and in. She might even end up kind of behind me, or like, yeah, she just goes straight up. So here I can just straight up buffer normal up throw, a normal up air. That's a nice juicy follow up. And now here she can determine how she wants to DI this. I'm gonna make her DI it out, because some people do that against me. And from outwards DI, Roy could probably do double jump fair, and then from double jump fair, let's say she DIs down for some unknown reason because she's really trying to mix me up. So out and down, she's gonna follow the green path. Double jump fair, there's a couple things I could do. I could wait for her to, in this position, I can't really follow up on anything like that. So here, because she DI'd out and away, I can keep the combo going. The combo would probably drop and I'd have to start sprinting. But here I can keep it going because she DI'd down. This is a range where not most of my normal stuff won't hit her. Forward air is going to come out too slow. Nair is going to be too low, I think, to hit her. And up air is not going to have enough range. So here I would have to do something like Dancing Blade. And since the upwards variant of Dancing Blade is better for continuing combos, I'm probably going to do the upwards variant. I'm going to wait for her to fall a bit. Hit her with one more. And then finish it. So she actually dropped out of there, so she could have hit me. So now the combo continues. Let's say she DIs up this time for some other reason, and I would have to follow the sequence by like not doing nothing. So yeah, there you go. That's basically the idea of different sequences and stuff. What you do is going to change depending on how that DI reacts. Lucina also probably could have went for an aerial. So let's say this Lucina loves to buffer air dodge away. So here, if she's buffering air dodge away, I'm going to let her do her thing. So I'm just buffering air dodge away. Oh, there's a lot of hit stun on that. So let's see, yeah, she air dodges away. The way I would deal with this as Roy now is I would follow this. And now, see, the reason why you think air dodging is really good, but the reason why at the higher level, air dodging isn't amazing, is she's in so much lag that as Roy, there's a lot of options I could do here. I could wait for her to fall an F smasher. I could jab bear her. I could probably, if I was really ballsy, go for Nair 1 and then get some vortex going off that. Like, there's a lot of crazy things I could do in this situation. Just because she air dodged. That's what the high level, when you're comboing people, some people just will take the hit. Some people would rather take the hit than air dodging, because air dodging puts you in so much lag that it's almost as if the person on offense stunned them. Like, they hit them with like a or like some sort of like shield breaker stun them for a little bit. It puts them in that much lag, and suddenly their options for what they can do to you become numerous. Like they can get creative with what they want to do. Let's say I just go for a simple punish here, and I just say I want some damage, right? So I'm gonna go for Roy F smash. Boom. So that's just a nice 20 damage. And she's near the edge of the stage. Let's pretend that red line's the edge of the stage. She got down thrown at 20%. She's off the stage, and now she's at 50, which, let's say she's coming back and I hit her with one of these as she's coming back to ledge. This isn't gonna kill her, but if she's near the edge, it depends. If she's near the edge as she's trying to get back up and she gets it by that, she's dead. And that's like the basic idea of what a sequence is gonna be, or what it's gonna do. You are reacting to what they do after you hit them, what they do out of hit stun. The reason why a lot of these aggressive characters like Roy are slightly nerfed by Wi-Fi is because it's a reaction thing and it's a little bit longer. Roy, sometimes you just have to guess what they're gonna do, which is like why Fox players and stuff on Wi-Fi, like when they first start out, aren't gonna be hitting you with real crazy combos, but come last stock or the middle of stock and they have a read on you, they might start hitting you with longer combos just because they're not always reacting, they're just predicting what you're gonna do, and that's how they extend their advantage state. Advantage state is really nerfed by Wi-Fi because like your time to react to it is less, and sometimes things are almost unreactable. Like I would say, like Mario throwing out Nair, I almost can't react to it. I have to predict he's gonna throw out Nair if I'm on Roy. But if I'm fighting a Mario and they always throw out Nair and I get the prediction, that's huge. Offline, I probably literally could just see, oh, he threw out Nair. I'm just gonna parry that and then keep the flow going. So that is basically that's kind of like practicing combos, but it's less worrying about the meter and more about taking the game frame by frame and looking at what can the enemy do in this situation to stop me and what can I do to chase him down. So yeah, those are the things you can do in practice range. It's not just a combo tool. The last thing I showed was kind of a combo tool, but it's more of that. Another thing you can do obviously is practicing tech frame by frame, but that's, you know, pretty obvious. I didn't want to really put that in because I'm pretty sure the two things that everyone does in practice range for the most part is practice tech and practice combos, which is very good for doing that. But don't be afraid to like just practice sequences or advantage state or what you can do out of this combo, because the things that really give you big damage in this game aren't the combos, it's the sequences or what you do in advantage state. And shoot combos are usually nice, but if you can like keep reading what they're doing, that's how you zero to death people, is when you read what they're doing. So yeah, now that I got that, this probably will take about 30 minutes. Oh, it's only 22, nice. So I got a video out there. Hopefully you guys can keep that in mind when you start labbing. Remember, practice edge guards, practice tech obviously, practice your combos, and practice your advantage state. Those are really important. Also practice disadvantage, but that's a little bit harder to do without the mods. So this is Ritzy Roy signing out. Good luck with your labbing.